Hey guys, Lance here at LP Auto Fab. Today I pulled out the Saab out of the garage. We're going to start making some headway on the 74 square body. I'll give you a little bit of walk around on it. I got to get it pulled away from the wall first. Got it on casters. But I'm going to be trying to take the front fenders and wheel wells off. I need to start taking all the tune port fuel injection stuff off. May put the LQ4 LS in it. Still debating. I have everything to put the Sniper EFI on it for just a small block 350 carbureted style intake. Still kind of up in the air, but first need to get the fenders off, wheel wells out, start getting this thing rolling. Alright, so I got her pulled away from the garage a little bit. Give you a little look underneath here. So years ago I put a tune port fuel injection on here. I had the 350 4-bolt board 20 over, balanced internals, crane cams, 510 lift cam, crane cams, roller rockers, roller lifters, push rod guides, you know, built pretty decent. But the tune port factory OBD1 computer did not have enough tunability in order to handle the cam, and it was overfueling. It ran okay, but gonna change it up here a little bit. I'm gonna go with the Sniper EFI. Although the tune port looks pretty cool, obviously it doesn't look as good as it did back in the day. But so that's gonna be coming off. The inner wheel wells fender's gonna come off. This fender got damaged. It used to be in good shape, but I do have two new fenders up on the wall over there. But back in the day, I ran a dual post battery, made my own fuse compartment. It's actually out of a Ford. So cut all my fuses and relays in there, rewired everything to where I can run dual electric fans off the ECM. So this whole thing is going to be gone through as the process continues. Wiring, frame solid, needs to be cleaned up, repainted. Brakes going to have to be gone through. Do have one door installed just to see some mess in here, but kind of get a gist. Gonna be putting full electric doors in here. I got floor pans and rockers to do. That rocker's not totally shot, but I did the rocker on the driver's side already. But as you can see, I've been playing with a lot of diag on this thing. This is where I kept the ECM up above the heater control box. Got the passenger side rocker panel in here. A lot of this stuff kind of got thrown in here. You know, life happens and things are going to get put on hold. But yeah, so this one's going to be a big project. I stated in one of the first videos that I would like to make this truck a prerunner at some point, which will be a big project. The bed seems to be in okay shape. Got some rust down there, needs to be fixed. Tailgate is pretty rotted out on the bottom, but other than that, fully functional. This side's got a little bumper damage. I actually did that when I was in high school. Again, typical rust on the bed. Get past here. But yeah, something I did back in the day. Now it's all tacky and needs to be redone. But yeah, it still turns over really good. No galloping, nice and smooth. Good oil pressure as it's cranking. It's got a turbo 400 trans in it right now. Built reverse manual valve body, 3200 stall. This fender is actually in really good shape. I'm not sure if I'm going to use it or not. This fender is aftermarket. Does not fit that well. I had to do a lot of massaging on here on this fender to get it to fit. I'm hoping that the new fenders on the wall supposed to be NOS fenders. I got a pretty good deal on them up there. The NOS grill, new headlight bezels. Hopefully they're all going to fit better. It is getting new body mounts, hardware. I suspect that the cab is actually sagging a little bit, which could be a part of my issue, even though the truck sits pretty straight. I mean, for the most part. So yeah, we'll get these fenders, wheel wells out, get this battery out of here, and start plugging away. Alright guys, we got the wheel wells out, got the fenders off, and now it's time to, we're going to have to drain the coolant, disconnect the hoses, any kind of wiring, it's going to have to get pulled back, disconnected. I'll give you a little, turn this around, you guys can see what I'm talking about. Alright, wheels are off, or sorry, wheel wells, fenders, all off. I'm going to have to get some baggies, put all the hardware labeled where they're supposed to go. See these wheel wells, they're in perfect condition. Granted, these are already aftermarket replacements. I put these in quite some time ago. So they're gonna be reused. Driver's side fender, it's really good shape, just didn't quite fit very well. Passenger side, obviously, I got some damage right there, right on the body line. I got a new set of NOS fenders going to go on, so I'm hoping those are going to fit a lot better. So yeah, when I got this truck from Kansas, it was an airport hangar, and the frame was already redone, but they put the cab and the front clip and the bed and everything on it. And when I got it, I was 13, 14 years old. I started tearing it apart, put it back together, got it running. And then after high school, I decided to put a tune port on it, and it ran good. Dual electric fans, got my own fuse box, power distribution box, and I think it's time to change it up a little bit, get this all apart, get it all cleaned up. Still debating on putting the LQ4 in it. I have it already, it's just a matter of getting parts, the motor mounts, what was it, the torque converter spacer, adapter, a few other odds and ends. Oh, MSD box to run the ignition coils for the LQ4. But I'm almost kind of contemplating on putting a regular HEI distributor in there, put the carb intake on, put the Holly Sniper on it, get it running with that on this small block, and maybe run that for a little bit until I get the LQ4 completely buttoned up. I don't know. We'll see. Alright guys, it's been a couple weeks. Got a little crazy there, a little busy with work, my full-time job. So we left off with getting the fenders and wheel wells off, and wanted to get all the tune port fuel injection stuff off. I really like it, but the cam that's in the small block is a little too big for it. But I mean, I could do a standalone harness, different ECU, but with the stock, it was an 86 Corvette 350 tune OBD1 computer in it. I mean, it ran, but so my 6-liter LS is nowhere near ready. I got head work that still needs to be done. Manifold still doesn't need to be extracted out of them. So it's kind of contemplating on running the 350 for now until the LS is ready to go. So for shits and grins, I had to hear the engine run. It hasn't ran, like actually legit ran in a long time. I would say roughly about 10 years. I would crank it over periodically and it'd bark off here and there, but it would never actually run. So I started toying around with it. I did have a fuel leak. Found the fuel leak, fixed the fuel leak. I ended up putting the tune port back together as far as the upper plenum. And so, yeah, I ended up getting rig I don't normally like doing this with high pressure fuel pumps, but I did put a high pressure fuel pump on it. And believe it or not, it fired right up. Ran pretty good. Not the greatest, but pretty good. So I'll show you what I got going on with ideas that I'm going to do, I think. So, tune port, put it all back together, got the mass airflow sensor hooked back up. I had to run it one more time. I wanted to hear it run before I go putting a carbureted style intake back on it. Maybe run this 350 for a little while. But I did have it ran into a 5-gallon jug of fuel, high pressure fuel pump, ran through a fuel filter, and she ran. Not bad. I'll throw the video up so you guys can see it. Listen to that. Oh my god. She's running really good. Holy fuck. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the carburetor intake on the 350. I'll run it. I'm going to put a Holley Sniper EFI unit on it. Get it wired up, get it running. Because when I go do the 6-liter LS, put that in, I will be running the Holley Sniper EFI as well. And yeah, so I'll be doing a carbureted intake on the LS, doing an MSD ignition box with the Sniper EFI. This should run just fine with state streak, BTR cam in the 6-liter. Yeah, it should be fine. Anyways, I'll show you what I got. So up here, I have throttle linkages, brackets. I have
what we're doing here is a vlog.
Sorry guys. The Holley Sniper. There, brand new. Never been hooked up yet. I've actually had it for a while. I've been trying to do this in this car for some time, or this truck for a while. Of course, those gotta be paid, so work's more important at times. So I have this intake to go on it. Edelbrock, RPM, air gap, dual plane, square bore, which will work, should work pretty good with this setup. Like that. Have just typical 14-inch round air cleaners go on it. I have got a brand new distributor to go in it. It's the distributor that goes with the 2-port will not work. So this should be, it's got a full complete coil, everything. It was an Amazon ordeal. So we'll see. I mean, it seems to be pretty good. I'll let you guys know what happens when I finally put it in. So we got that. So that'll be going in it. This, I also have a Holley Sniper fuel tank to be going in here. It's got the internal baffling, the fuel pump, fuel setting unit. What I'm waiting on right now is 3/8 fuel line and all my 6-AN fittings to be going for my inlet, my outlet. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw this on the 350, run the 350 for a while, and then we will have this 6-liter built over time. It's clean. Just got to get the heads worked now. I got 706 heads to be going on it. Right here. But got exhaust manifolds I got to take off. I got a set of 317 heads that are cleaned up. They're ready to go. I know they flow better than the 706s, but the 706s on my LQ4 block will bump my compression up somewhere around 10.5 to 1. So I would like to try to use that. And then this is the intake that we'll be running on the 6-liter. But once the 6 liters finished, we'll be running the 350 for now. So we got plenty of work to do. So in the next video, I'll be recording me taking the tune port all apart, getting the top dead center, number 1 top dead center set. We'll get this intake on, get the distributor in, get this wire set on, make sure our throttle linkages, everything's going to work, get it wired up, get the fuel pump wired up, and get the wizard all set up for this. So it should be, hopefully, we'll see. Hopefully it'll run a lot better. It should, in theory. So, yeah, a lot of work to be done. My main goal right now is to get it running. Make sure the transmission's still good. Transmission's only got like maybe 500 miles on it. I had it built, and then I had an issue with fuel. When back in the day, you know, in college, and I got to start a full-time job, the truck kind of went on the back burner. But now it's time to get this thing going again. So as we get it running, moving, stopping, get it kind of cleaned up, we'll get this thing up on jack stands. The goal is to do a prerunner out of it, a long box prerunner. I think something I've always wanted to do since I got the truck, when I was 13, 14 years old. So, yeah, cool. Yeah, if you want to tag along for the whole journey, that'd be awesome. Like, subscribe. See you in the next one.